There are some traditions that you grow up with, and there are some that are just thrust upon you. Others, though, you end up creating yourself. As a kid, I wasn't really that into Halloween. I would carve the odd pumpkin, but that was about it for me. This all changed for me 3 years ago, when a friend asked if they could decorate my house for Halloween. That year, we had 150 visitors and were completely blown away by it. So, in my 40s, I got into Halloween. I guess I've always been a late bloomer, and a new tradition for me was born. I now decorate for Halloween. The second year, I got more involved and started building things for the display. The theme that time was a cemetery. We smashed our record from the year before and had over 250 visitors. So now, not only do I have a new tradition, but I have a reputation to uphold. So what could be more spooky than a graveyard? Well, how about old dolls? Like any normal person, I spent the summer scouring car boot sales for old toys. What could possibly go wrong? So now it's time to set up my haunted toy shop. One thing I've learnt over the years is lighting is one of the most important aspects. You need to be able to see the display, but you also need it to be atmospheric. Baby doll parts should provide both of these things, with the added benefit of being extremely creepy. I've built this framework which is going to act as my shop front and provide a lot of points to attach things to. Pumpkins might not really fit with the haunted toy shop aesthetic, but it really isn't Halloween without carving one or two. I said how important lighting is, but movement is also needed. I'm definitely not into animatronics, but there was a breeze this time of year and I can use that. Dolls are somehow intrinsically scary, but making them into puppets so they can move makes them even more so. I think toys can be scary as their cold, dead eyes stare at you. I'm going to make a toy box to try and keep them contained. I just hope it works. That's all the making in the workshop done, so now it's for the really fun part, staging it all and making it terrifying. This is a nice thing to do for the local kids, and they love it. Well, most of them do. There's a few that do get a little too scared. I hope bleeding dolls on butcher's hooks isn't going too far. As I was preparing for this, these dolls have been sat in my living room for weeks, and they have certainly scared me. I can't wait for them to go back into the loft. You've got to be creative about the things you can use, like an old animal trap that you can get a toy into. This is definitely going near the door, so I can keep an eye on it all night long. I don't want to trap any children. As the sun goes down, this is where the fun begins. You can start getting it lit, and it really starts to get spooky.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Come and get some sweets. Trick or treat.